In this second tutorial, we're going to learn how to use Streamer in a different way for captions. As you can see, I've opened two separate browser windows, so we're going to use two separate logins today. Today we're going to log in on this side with my picture on it. That's probably the best way to keep track. I'm going to log in with the username that I created in our last tutorial. And here we are, we're back in our room. There's my private room, the DHH006. Right now, only one occupant is in there, and that would be me. And on this side, we're going to log in with a login I created. If you remember from the last tutorial, I asked you to remember this page and how we logged in. This is where I came to create my student account. What I did is I came in here, created another account, but this time I did not create a 30-day free trial for a room. It was just an account, and I'm going to sign in with my student account. I called my student test student 123, and I'm going to log in. So now we can compare both rooms. So the first room where the teacher logs in, it has the private room. The other room that I created using my own email, the student doesn't have a room. There's nowhere for the student to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the teacher side and go into the room. And when I go into the room, I'm going to give it the command to allow test student 123 to join my room. And the command is \allow space @ and test student. It is case sensitive. And do you notice what happened in both rooms? On this side, it let me know that the test student 123 now has access to DHH006. In the test student's lobby, now it shows that they can go into DHH006. So I'm going to have the student go in, and now you see the difference. On the teacher side, it alerted me that the student is in the room, and in the student side, it lets them know that they're ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the teacher to speak by turning on the microphone. And now whenever the teacher speaks, you can see the student sees the captions. And this is very convenient. And if you recall, in the last tutorial, we had to share our screen in order for the student to see this. In this scenario, if you were in Zoom, you wouldn't have to share your screen. The student would just need to resize their browser window to allow them to see the captions as the speaker is speaking in Zoom. And you can see it doesn't seem to capture Zoom very well. Oh, maybe that time it did because I enunciated better, but it's a pretty good captioning service. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the speaker for the teacher. The microphone for the teacher, and I'm going to turn it on for the student. So now the student has access. And if you notice, when the student is speaking, the test student, well, that's the name I gave it, comes up. So now the student can follow the conversation between the two. And what you can do is if you have a classroom with more students, you can easily give each student their own username and password. You can create one, or you can give the student the streamer.center website and have them create their own and have them be named. That way, what can happen is the student who requires or has the need for the captions can easily decipher the conversations to know who's speaking and when, which would be very useful in Zoom. Whereas the other way, that wasn't really an option because then everybody would have to share their screen and it just isn't convenient. I'm going to go ahead and stop the student speaking. And what I'm going to explain to you is that you don't need to stop and start everyone that's going to speak. It could be continuous. The reason I do it is because I'm using the same microphone for both the teacher and the student. But in a regular conversation, you won't need to turn on or turn off a microphone. It could be continuous. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the teacher's microphone and show you a command. The command to clear the screen. And the command is \clear. As you can see, that cleared our conversation. Please be aware that if you're the owner of the room, the students can't clear the conversation. I'll go ahead and show you how that works. So me as the teacher, I'm in control of the conversation. I'll stop the speaking. And then we'll have the student try to clear. And it lets them know they're not the owner and they can't clear the conversation. If you would like to hand out the transcript to your students, you go into Streamer Setting and download the transcript. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section.